Welcome to Chapter 6, Entrepreneurship, Starting and Managing Your Own Business. In this chapter, you'll get an overview of the characteristics of successful entrepreneurs. We'll define what a small business is and how to start your own small business and how to manage it. And we'll finish up with some trends happening in entrepreneurship and small business. There's actually a few different types of entrepreneurs. There's a classic entrepreneur, there's a multipreneur, and there's an intrapreneur. We'll start off with the classic entrepreneur, which most of us are pretty familiar with. Those are people that start their own companies based on an innovative idea they came up with. For example, Jeff Bezos started Amazon.com. He came up with the idea to package up books, and he started off in his garage, boxing books up on his knees with a friend of his. Then there's David Marchesky, who came up with the idea of Water Joe. He was a student at Arizona State University, and he would drink coffee throughout the night, try and drink caffeinated sodas to keep him awake, and what he wanted was just to drink some water. But of course he knew water wouldn't have the caffeine in it to keep him awake, so he started Water Joe, caffeinated water to help keep people awake. And not only was it real successful with students pulling all-nighters trying to study or write papers, it was a hit with other professionals who had to stay awake, truck drivers driving all night, business people who had to stay up all night to get ready for a presentation the next day. Multipreneurs are people who start a series of companies. They're very aggressive business people who come up with neat business ideas and like the thrill of starting new businesses. For example, Jim Clark started Netscape, Silicon Graphics, Healthion. Intrapreneurs are people who apply their vision and the idea of risk-taking, but they work for an organization that's already established. And generally, that company encourages these entrepreneurs with great ideas and helps get them started on their business ideas. For example, 3M Corp had as their employee Art Frey, who invented Post-it notes. A lot of companies use entrepreneurship as a management strategy. It helps encourage managers to invest more in the business they work in, and it makes them take ownership of their work. By giving entrepreneurs two types of profit sharing, basically personal reward and helping them apply toward improving their departments. Merrill Lynch heavily funds their employees to come up with smart business ideas, and if they are linked to helping customers handle their finances, there's a heavy bonus in it for them. What kinds of people do you think start their own businesses? You know, it runs the gamut. Teenagers, college graduates, downsized middle-level managers, people who are retired, stay-at-home moms and dads. Statistically, it's shown that 30% of entrepreneurs are 30 years old or younger. 60% of people between the age of 14 and 29 say they want to start their own business. This is a huge increase from the 1950s. According to the Small Business Association, more than 16 million Americans are involved in their own small business, either on a part-time or full-time basis. Entrepreneurs are more than just small business owners. They're innovators and visionaries. So who becomes an entrepreneur? Generally, it's someone who wants to control his or her own destiny. It's someone who can react quickly to entering a new niche market or fulfilling a need of consumers. There are over 12 million home-based businesses, and half of those businesses have sales between $50,000 and $500,000 a year. While there are a lot of advantages to owning and operating your own small business, there's quite a few disadvantages as well. There's a high need for managerial skill, the ability to do your own books, accounting. It can be difficult coming up with money. It can be difficult figuring out all the paperwork that goes along with government regulations. It takes an extreme personal commitment from the business owner, and there's definitely the risk of being overworked. And it's also a high-risk endeavor. 1/4 of all new businesses fail after 2 years. Half will fail after 3 years, and 2/3 of businesses will fail by the 6th year. But luckily, there's quite a bit of help for people who want to start their own small business. The Small Business Administration helps people start and manage their business through counseling and some financial assistance. The Small Business Development Center is a local branch of the SBA, and they offer free counseling. They offer short-term workshops for a small fee, and they can also put you in touch with local business owners who can give you some consultations. Most people who start a small business first do a self-assessment. They figure out what are their strengths and weaknesses. What can they offer to consumers that they would be willing to buy? New business owners have to figure out if they want to buy a small business or start from scratch. Figure out exactly what their business idea is and why they think it'll be successful. Choose a business organization, develop the business plan, and figure out how to finance the business. Here's a list of the contents of a business plan. So if you were to take your business idea to the bank and ask for a loan to start a small business, this is what they would ask to look at. They'd expect a title page and a table of contents, a summary of what your proposal is, your vision and mission statement, and then your detailed plans for your product or service, how you plan to market it, who is going to manage the operation, what your operating procedures will be like, and what you need to finance the business so it can run successfully. And then you'll have your appendix of supporting documents that can include your resume, references. Some trends happening in entrepreneurship is a real increase in home-based businesses. There are also more younger, female, and minority entrepreneurs. There's also an increase in small businesses that are started on the internet.